chairs, and a full line of seating and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Sure, other places.
So that's what neon looks like. If I'd have known. What was I thinking?
You can restart it whenever you want. They just had to do that because otherwise it'll click off like you had problems earlier. Was it staying on?
Credit union. Open a 6-month CD and earn 3.85% APY, or 12-month CD and earn 3.90% APY. Stop in. 7 convenient locations.
Did it? You got it back on? Thank you.
Hey, Mac 94.7 listeners, Eric Christensen from River City here. Have you been putting off replacing that old furnace that gave you troubles last year? Have you thought about getting that furnace checked out before the cold temps arrive? For over 20 years, people...
Yeah, can you imagine
Northwest Illinois trusted it
coming 1,000 miles being put up in a boxcar?
And they thought, this is living good.
Yeah.
And they were making money. That was a substantial improvement on their lifestyle.
273-7000. River Cities, your comfort, our priority.
Yeah, it was a. This thing just wrote itself. These songs just really wrote themselves. There's so much there, and the tricky part was not putting too much in, but still making it, compact, doing it in 3 or 4 minutes and that kind of thing. But apparently, they did something right. That we got the Rundles interested in this thing. So. And the guys in Nashville, the producer, he's the same guy that did Witness Streets for me. So I worked with them again, and they're just so good.
62. Tomorrow night,
You've got 10 seconds.
highs in the upper 50s. Scattered showers.
I'm Billy Rose. You are listening to Midwest Review Live with David G. Smith here in the studio. Good stuff. Hey, David, that was a great song. I like that.
Yeah, it's. I've played it out a few times now, and it. I think it resonates.
Right.
You know.
Well, if you don't feel something for songs like this, then you're not going to feel anything for a lot of stuff.
Well, that's one of the number one, I guess, or right up near the top. As a songwriter, part of what we hope to do is evoke emotion,
right,
from your listener. And like we always say in our camp, you can write all the songs you want, but it's the listener that completes every one of them. So
definitely,
we know if you see a tear or they're throwing tomatoes at you or something, at least you're doing your job. So, yeah.
Welcome to the gardens.
Yeah. Right. I was going to say if I got some cheat sheet notes here that if you want to know, anybody out there wants to know more about these folks in this community, there are a couple of really good resources here. Mark Wilson authored Hero Street USA, and that's M-A-R-C, Mark Wilson. And I used that resource pretty heavily when I wrote what I've got here for songs. And then more recently, Kelly was telling me about Carlos Harrison, who put out something called Date with History: The Ghosts of Hero Street. So he's got you can Google these names, and there's more. There's a film. There's video. I don't know. Can't really say it's a film, but it's video out there of Carlos talking about some of these soldiers that formed the idea behind Hero Street, and along with, of course, the Rundles, and you can go out to their Fourth Wall Films and see some of their work out there. I mean, they do a lot of film to have to do with the history. They got a Harriet Beecher Stowe film out there that's just killer. And so kudos to those guys.
Where are they from?
So this is home for them, the
Is
Quad
it?
Cities,
Okay.
and but they spent, I believe they said 18 years in LA applying their art and trade out there. I think they spent another few years maybe in Kansas City area, and then finally came back here, you know, too. And so they're I think they're here to stay.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a great, you know, addition.
For sure, yeah.
So, yeah, there's an amazing art community. I used to say I know more about what's going on in Nashville than I do my own backyard when it comes to this kind of thing, or at least the songwriter scene. And I'm catching up, you know. And we do one of our songwriter series. We try to definitely want it to be a give back to the community, and so we get we work with Common Chord with that. It used to be River Music Experience,
Right.
and they've got all the great outreach programs and all their programs for kids and stuff. And we get, so I have those guys running interference for me in some of these songwriter rounds that we do, and they kind of scope out the kids. You know, who looks promising, you know,
Right,
like they're
yeah.
they could be like 9, 10, 12, whatever, 14. We get them up there and involved in these shows too for the songwriters and stuff. But so anyhow, a little bit about that.
Yeah, good stuff. I have, oh man, there goes my brain again. Local gal that teaches guitar and singing and stuff.
You mean like Lojo Russo, or?
No, I mean from Clinton.
Oh.
I can't remember her name. Her and her husband are both musicians. But anyway, she brought in, I think there were 7 students, and they played, you know, songs on the air. I think it was fun for them. But
Didn't they have a club at one time called the Listening Room? Or is that maybe I'm thinking of somebody else, that Beth or something? Not ringing a bell. Brooke, with a B.
Brooke, the living room.
There you go, the living
And
room.
now she's got a place called The View.
Okay,
So it's a different building that she moved to. So
I
yeah.
gotcha. Okay, yeah. So you got your community here.
Yeah,
You got a community. Yeah.
it's a nice little place. You ought to check that out sometime.
All right. Yeah.
Nice little place.
All righty. Well, I could move on to this other song
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
So
let's hear it.
this is the song that is the soundtrack for this film coming up, and again, that's going to be November 8th at the Putnam. So we talked a lot about, you know, the different images here. I mean, the boxcar and they built a boxcar church. You know, even that. So
Right.
I got that reference in there. The idea that, and a little bit more about all 8 of these soldiers and what they accomplished. There's a lot of references in there, the different battles where they lost their lives. There's references about that in this song. And so a little bit, it really does. It starts with Mexican Revolution on the one end, and, you know, where these guys end up, you know, 40, 50 years later, that kind of thing. So this is called Hero Street. Mexican Revolution, families fleeing for their lives. A diamond new Laredo got over the borderline. Rock Island Railroad jobs got them on their feet. A little bit of hope sprung out of the mud down Hero Street. They lived in boxcar houses and built a boxcar church. Strangers in a strange land giving thanks to be able to work. Through soot and smoke and bitter cold, through suffocating heat, a little bit of pride grew out of the mud down Hero Street. No greater love, brother, than to lay down your life for another down on Hero Street. These refugees gave their all with lives that left their marks, even gave their soldier sons who brought home liberal hearts. Those in little Mexico, life was bittersweet, who raise themselves out of the mud down Hero Street. No greater love, brother, than to lay down your life for another down on Hero Street. Late gold stars for 8 good men, all were Mexican American. May you all find some peace down on Hero Street. Bloody Ridge and Bunker Hill, the Rhine and Lido Road, Hedgerow Hell and Sinner's Dream and a Philco radio. The music died and mamas cried, and everywhere their grief rose up out of the mud down Hero Street. No greater love, brother, than to lay down your life for another down on Hero Street. Yeah, down on Hero Street.
All right, David G. Smith live in the KMCN studio on Midwest Review Live. Good stuff, David. Good
All
stuff.
right. Well, I had
Now-
a lot to work with.
You were writing these songs before you knew about the movie?
Yeah.
So
Talking about the series. We had the liaison there was Chris Ryder, who we both knew. So a mutual friend. And Chris one day, you know, I don't know how we got to talking about Hero Street, but we did. And he says, you need to meet these people, you know. And I was like, okay. And yeah, so we just kind of went from there. And that's been a couple of years ago. But yeah.
well, that's great. I'm glad he said, hey.
Yeah, well, Chris was always good like that. And we've known him for a long time, and Laura Adams, we knew, you know, we eventually found out she was involved from WQP-TV, and I know that, and then of course Jim Mertens got involved, and the Rundles are making the rounds here too on the run up to this premiere, and boy, I mean, if you can catch them, they know a lot more of the detail in that than I can relay here, but yeah, I got just enough of it, of the detail that, oh my goodness. I mean, and again, you could do a whole 3 albums on this thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, just what I've heard so far, 2 songs now,
Yeah.
brings back a lot of memories of stories my dad used to tell me. My dad never lived in the Quad Cities, but he grew up here in Clinton and lived in Clinton.
Mhm.
His mother was born and raised in Mexico. And my grandfather, his father, was born and raised in New Mexico territory before it was a state. So,
Okay.
yeah,
That's
just
some
fantastic
history.
stuff. So,
Yeah.
wow. You know, like I said, it's bringing back a lot of memories talking with my dad about things. So.
Yeah, this particular segment is going to be featuring John Munoz, and it's called The Last to Fall. That's the name of this segment, and again, the 5th installment in the series. And so the last one, and he fought in the Korean War, and I didn't realize that this isn't really going sequentially. The soldiers that they're featuring for each
Right.
part, but and we were going to. I think maybe I talked to you earlier about trying to do something around Memorial Day. We had tried that, but the family is so extensive that they couldn't get everybody together. The Munoz family.
Yeah.
So you know how that goes. You know, so with family. So, but we were able to line up this next one. But yeah, it's going to feature John Munoz and The Last to Fall from Hero Street. So that is the official title
Nice.
in this installment.
I don't know But do you know if any of these family members are musicians?
No, I wouldn't have a clue.
No. Okay.
Don't know about that. We should get them up here. Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Well, I think I'm going to meet most of them,
Good.
here in a couple weeks, and can't wait. That's what an honor, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
Mm.
and what an honor to be here. Again, thanks for the re-invitation.
Thank you. I'm always happy to have you. You know, I love having people come in and share stories and music. Yeah, it's fun for me because I get to sit here and listen.
Yeah.
My own private little concert. Oh yeah.
You and Sherry, you were some of the best audience we've ever played for.
Quiet.
You guys can't see, but Sherry's right over here. She's right there. Or is it this way? No. I'm in reverse.
Oh, that's right. I do that all the time. Oops, I'm leading the wrong way.
So now we're just goofing off, guys.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, like I said earlier, thank you for coming in and sharing this story and your music with the people, and I can't wait to see this documentary, or at least part of it. You know, I don't know if I'll be able to catch everything.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to be available on video, or do you know?
The way, the best way right now to take a look at all of these the film series is Fourth Wall Films, to go out to their website, and that is the Rundles. And you scroll down to the opening page, and there's a Vimeo icon. Click on that, and that gets you to all what's available now. I don't know if this particular. I thought. Yeah. No. Well, it's good to repeat though, and for anybody that's not paying attention out there.
Evidently, that's me. Oh.
And then, and I was going to mention too. We're talking about Chris Avey and the Avey Grouse Band.
Yeah.
I think I haven't done this in a while, but I've got a band together and done like a release party. It's been a couple of albums since we've done it, but every time we do a release party, we do a benefit of some sort. So I'm just it's kind of rumbling around in my brain right now about maybe we would try to raise some money and some awareness for Hero Street for a benefit concert. And I was talking to Chris, if he's available to be the guitar player, put a band together, and go do these songs on the next album and do that benefit. So I'm kind of starting to kick ideas around about that and find a good place to do it. Maybe the Redstone Room again in the Quad Cities, but I think I can get a lot of support for that kind of event.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, November 8th on this deal here,
and it's at the Putnam, right?
The Putnam Museum, and this will be shown on their large screen, the big giant screen there. So
I was gonna say, I don't know. I lost it.
Have you been? No, have you been to that? Have you been there?
I have been, but it's been a long time, and I don't think I've ever seen anything on the big screen.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know for sure, Sherry, or
What?
have we ever seen anything on the big screen at the Putnam?
I did when they took busloads of kids down.
Oh, see, without me,
That's amazing.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah. They've done others premieres down there, or shown other film there, and it works well for them. So
yeah,
it's nice to have that relationship
sure,
already.
yeah.
So.
And they're good about doing community things too.
Yeah, and I should mention that ticket prices are very reasonable for this. It's like, I think nothing that's in even double figures. I think it's like $9
Wow.
for adults, and then everybody else is kind of like, I think it's $7, something like that.
Yeah, that's very reasonable.
Yep. Yeah. And I think you can get tickets online or at the door, but I would caution, if you really want to see this thing, I'd go quick. These
your
tickets are
tickets
going.
now.
Yeah, get your tickets now and all that kind of thing. But yeah.
Wow. I'm kind of excited. I don't know if I'll make it, but I would like to do it sometime.
Yeah.
got to find a driver, or is it in the afternoon?
2 to 4:30
Oh,
in Tarasca. Yeah.
we might be able to do that. I'm not very good at driving at night anymore. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a Saturday afternoon, so right smack in the middle of a weekend, from 2 to 4:30.
Yeah.
And I'll open up with a little live music thing, just a couple songs, and yeah.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. That sounds like something we should think about there, Sherry.
Maybe bring this and capture some video for, that's going to be a good sized crowd, and
Yeah.
good presentation. So
Maybe Ramon would like to go with us. That's my brother.
oh,
Him and his wife. They might. Then maybe they can. Well, I don't know if he wants to drive.
what is it? 30, about 35, 40 miles.
Yeah, yeah. It's not that far.
So, all right. Well, that's all I got.
That's it. That's all.
Was that enough?
And we've got 4 minutes left. You holy cow! You're cutting out 4 minutes early.
Usually, yeah. Usually, I'm long-winded. Yeah, you got to cut me
I'm
off.
teasing you though. But yeah, that sounds like a wonderful thing to me, and I'm so happy you came up and shared that with us. And I look forward to. I will have to. What's the name of it? The Four Wall.
Yeah, Fourth Wall
Fourth Wall.
Films. Yeah,
Okay.
and that's their website. That's their
Is it
film.
fourthwall.com or do you
Yeah,
know?
I'm pretty sure it's Fourth Wall. That's a good question. Fourthwallfilms.com.
Okay.
If it's .org, I apologize, guys. Check them. Check me.
Well, we'll figure it out. I mean, I will.
Yeah.
I don't know about you people out there, but excuse me.
Yeah.
Well, like I said earlier, thank you very much for being here, David. I really appreciate the knowledge and the memories and all this stuff, coming together. And I encourage everybody to go out and see this film. If probably not at the beginning, because it's, what is it, 250?
Yes, and like I said, I think they were pushing about 200 in sales. That was about a week to 10 days ago when I last checked. And they typically sell out on these things for the Rundles, because it's such good stuff that they know. People who know, they know. So, yeah.
Well, you can work on it, try to get it. If not, you'll have to get a video or watch it on Venmo. So,
Yeah, and
not Venmo.
if you
What's
Vimeo.
Vimeo. I know it was
that other
something
V
with a
word.
V. Oh, that stroke did a number.
And then WQP-TV, I think they'll air it
yeah.
probably more than once. They've been doing that historically with the others, so lots of opportunity really to catch up to this thing.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, I hate seeing all the funding being taken away from public broadcasting,
Yeah.
but that's one of my favorite things to watch.
See, and that's the thing about with Fourth Wall and with the Rundles, they know it's not just all about the creativity part of it. They're out there hammering away on the funding all the time. Yeah, and that funding money, from 12 years ago, is just really shrunk to what they're doing, and it's gotten kind of bare bones. But you really can't tell from the film that it still looks like it's just high-powered, well-done films that they put out. Still, they're making it happen. It's the same way that we do our music. We don't want to give the songs of all things short shrift, and we use we go to a town where people mean it, and they mean it for a long time, and it's part of their lives. The creativity that is involved, the production that's involved, the business that's involved to put original material out there. we don't want to cut those corners either. So we find ways to, let these songs be birthed. These are babies
Right,
you're putting out there in the world, and you want to do them, right. So
Yeah.
same way with these guys. It's great working with people like that.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It sounds like everything's coming together and everybody is dedicated.
Yeah,
That's the important thing.
that's it.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you, David, for being here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
gotcha.
it's time for me to go. I'll be back next week. Don't forget.
Let's hope we're all back next week.
Yeah,
4 to 6 every single week right here on Mac FM, and you can always stream it live. If you don't know how to do that, tune in. I'll tell you how next week. Bye.
All right, we faked it for that last 10 minutes, but that's all right.
Well, thank you very much, David. That was
They have the best value car washes in the area. They are located across the street from Nestle Marina on Manufacturing Drive in Clinton, Iowa. Awesome Car Wash, new family.